I can remember being where you are right now. I'd like for you to think about what got you where you are right now. Did you plan it? Are there important connections in your life that are motivating you to succeed? Imagine if you could map all the important connections in your life. Connections that are affecting your decision and your motivation to succeed. I'd like to talk about one of the important connections in my life, my father. My father was born on October 10th, 1934. And I remember sitting down at the kitchen table with him and while he was helping me with math. I was in the 4th grade, I was 10 years old, and at this time I knew I was good at math, so I could tell that my father was also good at math, and we had this important connection. In 2011, when he died, my mother gave me some electronic workbooks of his. And as I looked through them, I could see how meticulous he was in his calculations, how precise and how consistent these were. As an educator now, I could easily see how my father would have succeeded in college had he been given the opportunity. My father was from Santa Barbara, Chihuahua, which is a very small mining town about 15 minutes south of Parral, Chihuahua. When he was 15 years old, somebody offered him an internship to go to a high school in Durango, Mexico. While he was there, he received some bad news. His father had passed away. So from that point on, his life changed. He was not able to go to college. He returned to Santa Barbara and he started a trade. He became an electrician and he worked in the mine. He basically pursued engineering another way. My father's name is Omar Chavez, and he was the building engineer of the Popular department store. In 1993, I earned my master's degree, and I was given a special award at a UTEP ceremony. That same day, my father fell off the roof at the Popular. He fell from one platform to another, and I didn't know this until after the ceremony. My father was in crutches, and it wasn't until after my ceremony that he went to the doctor and got a cast. This told me that education was very important for my father. About a couple of years before I got my degree, my father was given an award. He was given an award on behalf of the Popular department store by El Paso Electric. He had helped design a system that would be put in place in the new department store that was going to be constructed at Sunland Park Mall. And this system would freeze water at night and it would cool the building during the day. And it was not a well-known system, so he had to convince his boss, his immediate boss, to invest in this system. And his immediate boss had to convince the other administration that it was a good idea. And they built the system, and it ended up saving them tens of thousands of dollars. In 1996, I earned my PhD. And I remember thinking 15 years before this, one day when I had lunch with my dad and a friend of his, and his friend started asking me what was I going to study in college. And I told him I'm going to study civil engineering. And he told me, well, you know, that's a challenging career. Maybe you should study something else. And I remember at the time it didn't really make an impression on me. I was really good at math. I knew by then that I wanted to study engineering. It wasn't until later when I thought back about it, and it was always kind of there, that I realized when people ask you, you know, are you sure you want to study this? They're kind of telling you that they don't think that you can do it. When I graduated, my dad's boss also sent me a note, and he was congratulating me, and he also sent a note to my dad. And this note from my dad's boss was very meaningful. He admired him, he was very close to him, And the note said, how did you do it? How did you send 3 people to college? Because by then, my sister and brother had also earned a degree. So I'd like you to think about, who are your important connections? How meaningful are they? And what got you here? Did you plan it? How are you going to overcome future obstacles? Do you have important goals ahead of you? If you do, I advise you to just take it one step at a time, and don't think about the setbacks, just think about your ultimate goals.